Everyone, welcome to the 54th episode of Battles and Voices. I'm Ladika and I'm the founder and host.
I'm Ashley, and I'm a volunteer in outreach and guest relations and research and guest prep. And we serve on the executive board of Vitals and Voices.
Battles and Voices brings together generations of people involved in healthcare in order to foster a supportive and connected community.
Please welcome our guest, Kishana.
Thank you all.
Hey, Shauna, thank you so much for joining us today. We're really excited to have you on Battles and Voices. To start us off, feel free to kind of introduce yourself and share a little bit about what you do.
I just want to thank you all both for having me today. So I'm currently a registered respiratory therapist, and I'm in my senior year of cardiovascular perfusion school. So I'm actually ready to graduate in May. So yes, very excited.
Okay, so you worked in healthcare as a respiratory therapist, and now you're transitioning into perfusion. What inspired you to pursue this path?
So it was actually a close member of the family that had to have open heart surgery that kind of intrigued my interest to want to go into perfusion. And in addition, like working as RT during the COVID-19 pandemic, I've seen a lot of perfusionists that operated ECMO and we didn't have that responsibility as RT, so that just kind of sparked my interest in the field.
You just now mentioned that a friend of a family member had undergone open heart surgery, and that played a big role in this decision. How did that experience shape your perspective on medicine?
So this experience with a friend of the family shaped my experience on medicine because it caused me to want to know more about what happens in the operating room CVOR. So as a RT, I also worked in the CVICU where we get patients post open heart surgery, but I didn't really know too much about what happened during the surgery, besides me being able to shadow a case like later on in the future. But that experience, what actually does happen for a coronary artery bypass graft? And so that sparked my interest.
Cool. Okay. So, having worked closely with a perfusionist as an RT, what really stood out to you in the field that made you want to pursue it yourself?
Yes, that's a really good question. So during the COVID-19 pandemic in the CVICU, I remember having my first patient being placed on ECMO. So I was like, hold on, like I've never seen, I only heard about it when I was in RT school. So it's my first time seeing it in clinical practice. And so seeing this, I was just like, I want to learn more about this. And I didn't know who the person was that was responsible for it. So I was like, hey, what do you do? And they're like, I'm a perfusionist. And I was like, what is that? So that just kind of made me go like do research on like what is this career field? What are their roles and responsibilities? And that's how I got where I am today.
Perfusion involves some of the most critical moments in patient care. What motivates you to keep going, especially during those challenging or high pressure situations?
Yeah, so a lot of things that keeps me going is thinking about my family, my community, like that is true, like my why I'm doing this. So like even going through didactic and perfusion schools, challenging moments, but it was just like, okay, thinking about my family and thinking about all the support that they've given me since I've been in school, that keeps me going.
Oh, that's so sweet to hear. Okay, so you've spoken about remembering your why. How do your family and community influence the way you approach your work?
Yes, so they approach my work because it makes me think, even as a respiratory therapist, I always thought like, okay, how would I want my family member to be treated? And so I try to incorporate that in my care, like not letting everything be cookie cutter, if I can use that term, but like trying to customize the care for that specific patient. That's something like how my family motivates me as I'm going into this career.
You're passionate about social determinants of health and definitely access to care. Why does this issue matter so much to you?
So I actually grew up in underserved communities, and so I actually have like different family and friends that are like still in those communities. So, and I've worked with various patients that uh, are in underserved communities. So that's important to me to make sure that they know the resources that they have available to them.
Okay. So when you say underserved, like growing up in an underserved community, what gives you a unique perspective? Like how has that background shaped the way you view healthcare systems today?
Yes. So it shaped the way that I view healthcare systems by causing me to realize that there are ways that the healthcare resources has different ways to help patients, but some patients just aren't aware of that information. So sometimes I may find out like different things like, oh, okay, like maybe in the community, like they're having like a food drive, or like maybe like there's different things in the community that can help patients with transportation. Or like even just doing exercises, because I worked in rehabilitation as RT as well. So I would like teach patients like, okay, these are some exercises that you can do at home. You may not have access to a gym, but you can do these at home and still try to stay healthy and keep your body moving.
Growing up as in the underserved community has helped shape your knowledge and also how you treat patients. Really wonderful. So you've accomplished a lot in perfusion school, from making the dean's list to securing your first perfusion job. Congratulations. What has that journey been like for you?
It has been a journey. Proficient school, I would say, is just a lot of like a roller coaster of emotions. Didactic was um, really a learning curve, um, because I never received that much abundance of information at once. So learning how to study and how to approach it, that was one thing. But then again, I just always go back to my why, my family, my community, that has helped me to stay grounded. And so, yes, I'm very thankful for all the accomplishments I made in perfusion school, and I'm almost at the end. So glad for that.
Yes, I know you have such a relief that you're almost at the end. Oh my gosh, I would too. But I heard you're also working on a research with the goal of publication. Can you tell us a bit about your project and what excites you most about it?
Yes, I can tell you a little bit about my research project. We're trying to wait till we actually publish it to give more details, of course, about it. But it's a novel topic related to perfusion technology, and it's going to be something that can just help, like if an emergency situation was to come up, like we've created protocol, and we've created this device, and as well as this we kind of created like this little chart to just trying to help use the device that we created. So that's a little bit about the research topic. I'm so excited to get this published.
It's honestly so amazing. Congratulations on working on that. And finally, to wrap things up, what advice would you give to students or even healthcare professionals who are interested in specialized fields like perfusion, but may not see many people who look like them in those roles?
Yeah, so one piece of advice is I would say is like use like social media, I feel like is a great thing to like try to find people that are maybe in these specialized field and try to connect with those different individuals. Like if you can use LinkedIn, sometimes there's people like on Instagram or different platforms that you can reach out to and connect to. And just know that I know now perfusion it has become more popular, more people know about it. Before was a little bit more hidden, but just know that, when you go on your interview, always be yourself. I tell everybody that, like, when you go on your interview, be yourself. Don't try to be who you think the program wants you to be. If you don't know the answer to a question, be like honest about that because honesty is something that's very important, especially working in this field. So those are some things that I would say. And just like if it's something that you're very passionate about, don't give up on that goal. Like if you don't get in the first time you apply, keep applying and you never know when the opportunity may come to you. So that's what I would say.
That's really awesome to hear. Okay, well, thank you so much, Kishana, for sharing your journey and giving us insight into respiratory therapy, perfusion, and the importance of advocacy in healthcare.
Thank you all for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Of course, thank you for joining us today. Your story definitely highlights how personal experiences, community, and purpose can definitely shape meaningful careers in medicine.
Okay. To everyone tuning in, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Vitals and Voices. Your support truly means the world to us.
If you enjoyed this conversation, then be sure to follow, share, and stay tuned for more episodes of Vitals and Voices.
We'll see you next time.